My name is Paul Keslin. I'm a multiplayer producer over at DICE.
So, Paul, what are you showing new here with multiplayer at this event?
A whole lot of new things. We've got brand new game modes, we've got new classes, we've got brand new customization in the form of star cards, a whole host of things.
Can you talk about what you learned from Battlefront 1 that you've applied and made better in Battlefront 2?
Plenty of things. One of them is the evolution of Walker Assault from the first game that we've evolved into Galactic Assault. So something that we saw a lot of players really gravitate towards with Walker Assault in the first game, specifically on Hoth, was this reminds me a lot of the movie. It's objective based. I feel like I'm going on a narrative storytelling adventure here. How do we bring that to so many other planets? So that was a huge thing that we took on. Another thing that we did was partner with our friends at Motive on bringing a campaign to life in the game. So that was something that we knew a ton of fans wanted. Heard them loud and clear from the first game, so that was a big ask for us.
What are some of the challenges in multiplayer when balancing so many different classes, weapons, vehicles, heroes? It's got to be a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and that's actually what was great about the beta. We were able to test a lot of that stuff. We got a lot of great player feedback from there. We made changes for launch day, and it is something that we'll continue to do once the game's out there. So immediately after launch, in the first couple of days, we'll be already starting to look at data. We'll see what people are saying on the forums, on Reddit, etc., and we'll just start taking that stuff into account.
Can you talk about what it's like working with Lucasfilm and what they provide in terms of tech and support to help make your multiplayer a reality?
They are amazing partners. Those guys have been nothing but extremely helpful the entire way. Most of their help revolves around, when we're looking at storytelling or narrative devices, is this Star Wars? Does it feel Star Wars? They've also been great at giving us direction for the sights, the sounds, everything. So anything and everything that gives the game that Star Wars feel, having that level of immersion for players as they're in the Star Wars universe, that's all via Lucasfilm.
So on top of all the different weapons, classes, guns, vehicles, and heroes, you also have a card class system that changes how you play even further. Elaborate a bit on that.
Sure. With star cards, we really gave each class a whole different set of way to customize their character. So no longer from the first game you would just get various star cards and you just kind of kit out one character in any variety of ways. But with introducing classes, we've given everybody kind of a distinct feel. But within that, we want you to be able to change up the play style a little bit in smart ways. Do you want to, for an example, as an officer, do you really want to focus on team support? Or do you want to try to be a bit more independent with a little bit of team support? Or with the heavy class, do you want to be very defensive based, very tanky, or do you want to be kind of an overwhelming offensive juggernaut? So we give the star cards will allow you to kind of play with that stuff a bit yourself.
You guys recently are redesigning the entire loot box mechanic. Can you talk about that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. There were things that from the beta, again, we learned a lot. We heard a lot of what players were saying. We took a lot of steps to try to make sure that the system was fair and rewarded gameplay. So we made some revisions. We have a lot of star cards requiring you to be upper tier in terms of rank, and having gotten a lot of cards already built, be via crafting, or whether it be just earning loot boxes through, again, progression through gameplay. But it's all about allowing players to be able to progress while playing the game, not so much if I put money into.
So can you talk about the different multiplayer modes as well as tips for each mode on how to play them? Because you have something for really everybody.
We do. There's a lot of game modes. So we have five big game modes that we have at launch. There's Blast, which is your typical team deathmatch. No tip for there other than get good with trying to maximize your aim. Pick a character that can probably sustain a little bit more damage to start off with. So the assault class or the heavy class is probably good. There is Strike, which is an objective-based 8 versus 8 mode. That one introduces special characters. So there, as you're earning battle points throughout the match, and you're trying to either claim an objective or defend that objective from being claimed by the opposite team. Try to earn as many battle points as you can to become a special unit. That way you can really kind of help tip the scales of battle because you'll have a little bit more of an advantage playing as that special character. For Heroes versus Villains, one of my favorite game modes, that one is really just about team play. Try to look at what the other fellows on your team are playing and figure out what hero might complement their skill sets, and then try to stick with a hero. Like grab some guy and that's your hero buddy for the game mode. And then just follow them around and try to complement their gameplay, and hopefully they'll start to complement your gameplay to really try to take down characters in a one-on-one situation. But if there's two of you versus one of them, you're usually going to win those fights. So it's all about teamwork. With Starfighter Assault, that one is definitely learn your classes, and since it's objective based, it's something I'll repeat in Galactic Assault in a minute, is play the objective. Like, that's always something, whether it's supporting teammates in playing the objective or you specifically going after the objective. That is kind of something that's really key for both Starfighter Assault and Galactic Assault.